Hello, it's Vidas Pinkevicius and welcome to video number 3 of creating processional march in C major. So far we have created and composed A and B sections of our hymn and remember of our march, and basically this will be the ABACA form rondo, and modulating rondo, because the middle part A will be basically transposed to G major, and that's what we will do. In this segment, in this lesson. Okay, so now we have to copy this material and add some extra 8 measures. Okay, alright, 8 extra measures. Good. And now we can do this: paste the melody and the harmony, everything from this section, from section A. Again, let's call it A prime, maybe, because it will be different. Remember, it won't be in C major, but it will be in G major. Okay, so maybe we will transpose something interesting, perfect fourth downward, basically. Alright, so I'm just preparing the score, copying, selecting it, and let's do this transposition. Perfect fourth downward. Okay, like that. And it's very simple. And since our section A was created in C major, and it wasn't the bass note, the bass line was no lower than G, so down a perfect fourth is the lowest note here, which is D. So the main thing is to think about the range of voices, whether the soprano is not too low and whether the bass is not too low, right? Bass is okay, and the soprano should not descend lower than C, treble C, and obviously this works well. Okay, good. And now I think the only remaining problem is this pickup, right? This note, 5th scale degree of G major. This, right? Whether we will leave it without the harmonization as an empty octave, like in the beginning, right? You see, or shall we choose and harmonize this pickup? And I recommend harmonizing it, maybe with the note C in the bass, and which will lead to C in the bass also, like that. Tonic 6th chord will be right here, and we will change a little bit the harmony, rearrange, because the bass line has changed. Okay, and for this to happen, we will need dominant for 2 chord. Okay, and this is F sharp, which is needed in G major, and the only thing that is going to change here is in this measure, this chord. It has to be It has to be the tonic, okay? And the next chord has to be E minor chord. Very simple adaptation. We switch the bass with the tenor and it should be okay. Let's listen to it. Okay, maybe I think we can leave it like that pretty easily. The only thing I'd like to listen for you the entire thing, okay? ABA, section ABA, and how it transposes nicely to G major from E minor. Like that. The question is interesting whether, well, while I was listening to this run through, I was thinking whether the section A prime should be in this range or should it be played 1 octave higher. Okay, because you see the last note in E minor in section at the end of section B was E, high E. And now is this B very low, and if we put it right here and start playing like that, so that would be much more coherent structure, I think. But for this we need to check one thing. If the soprano and the bass part is not too high, you see, right? The highest note in the bass is, I think, G here, G, and that might be a problem, right? For example, in this measure, you see, we already are too high in the bass. So I think it will be okay, because we will lift our last E minor chord at the end of section B and start the new section A prime from the beginning. Okay, the main problem is with the wide range of the soprano part here. It has the lowest note is D, right, and the highest is E, and more than an octave, major ninth basically. And if we put everything upward 1 octave higher, then everything is a little bit too high in the highest places, right? In the lowest places, in this version, when we put everything 1 octave lower, it doesn't sound too low. It doesn't sound. The soprano part, the lowest part is D, which doesn't descend below the limits. So I think it will be fine. So okay, so we'll leave it like that, and in our next video, in the 4th video, we'll deal with section C, which will start in A minor and modulate to F major. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful to you in showing what you can do, not only in harmonizing this melody and in 4-part harmony, but also how you can transpose your already created material. You see, you don't have to always create everything from the beginning, from scratch. You can reuse, recycle your old material in other keys, and it will sound quite convincing in the final product. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.